Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Pulse of Scottsdale. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks since I put a video out. I've been relaxing in San Diego, but we're here with Eli with AMS Landscaping.
How you doing?
Eli, thank you so much. Welcome to the show. Wanted to start diving in a little bit about, tell us how you got into business and how long you've been in business, the story of it.
All right, I started doing this for my grandfather. He actually started here in 1969. He moved here from Santa Barbara and was just mowing grass, one truck operation, and I took it over in '99, so I've been doing it for 17 years now. And I knew I just didn't want to have one crew, so I grew it a little at a time, and now we focus mostly on maintenance and irrigation repair and light installation and stuff like that. But we've mostly been, just doing service in the greater Phoenix area.
Is there certain parts of the valley that you specific in, or you kind of have enough crews to kind of work the whole area?
We do most of Phoenix. We do a lot of Scottsdale and all of Peoria and Glendale. We have a map that we kind of have it mapped out in our office and also online, so you can see what our service areas are.
Perfect. So I know as a realtor, when I pull up to a house, I even had clients where we pull up, if the curb appeal doesn't look good, they're on to the next home. It's kind of like that first impression.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about curb appeal and kind of a couple of things that you feel are the best things to improve curb appeal.
Well, obviously the first thing is make sure it's clean. A lot of realtors that I work with, we try to install flowers. It's always like a big eye catch for clients, and
get some color.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes there's not really planters for that. So I recommend even just buying some pots and throwing some flowers in there. Obviously they need water every day, so if they're not part of the irrigation, that could be challenging if you're not living there, if somebody's not on site. But just making sure the shrubbery looks good, the property's clean. Any type of mature bushes are going to upsell the property. Obviously trees, really mature trees are a big popular thing, but that's not something you can really install.
Yeah.
So
now I know when we were talking before, we were talking about some of the other items about landscaping, kind of like the backyard. I mean, we were mentioning about the block wall being exposed. It's not like the most appealing. So when you have a nice backyard, a nice pool, and you see block wall, people are like, all right, what can we do to cover this up? So give some examples of maybe some trees or some bushes, things like that can provide some coverage for the block wall, so you don't feel like you're in like a jail.
Yeah.
But kind of give it an oasis feel and give some privacy, things like that.
Sure. That's usually the first thing I look at when I go to a backyard. It's just a habit of mine. I don't like looking at walls either, so we like to put shrubs, the kind of shrubs that'll cover the wall, and just block it out with either vines or I like bird of paradise. A lot of clients like hibiscus. They're not native here, but you can get them to grow pretty well, and they'll fill in and cover a wall pretty well. There's lots of shrubs that'll work. Trees, my favorite tree is a chamois ash tree. They're just a beautiful tree. They are deciduous, so they do lose leaves in the winter, but they tend to get full. They look a lot like the ficus trees that used to grow really well here. It's hard to get to grow now, and that's the tree I've been recommending to clients. It doesn't shed throughout the year. You might get a good shed once a year out of them, but another great tree, desert trees, any desert tree is going to do really well, but like a willow or a shoestring acacia grows really fast. They'll shed lightly throughout the year.
What about ones for shade or something like that?
The chamois ash is by far my favorite. I do like the acacias as well because they get so much larger. Pine trees, not a lot of people are always fond of them, but they get really large, and if you prune them properly, they actually don't shed very much.
Really?
Yeah, it's not very often that you see it. If you look up in the middle of a pine tree, you see all the dead pine leaves that fall throughout the year. Well, if you had an arborist go up there and skin those out, you really don't get the leaf shed that you normally hear or see when you're around pine trees. So
I know sometimes like some plants, things like we were mentioning the bougainvillea and some other trees with peat pods and bougainvillea leaves that are in the pools or on the land. It's kind of like, unless you're really maintaining it a lot or you're out there kind of scraping that, sometimes the maintenance of it is just a lot.
Exactly.
All right, so you do landscaping services. I know so many landscaping services out there that also install, barbecues and, all that type of stuff. You're a little bit more niche where you like to focus on actual landscaping. So what jobs will you do and what jobs will you kind of either stray away from or, refer out?
We primarily focus on residential maintenance. We also do commercial. But we primarily focus on residential maintenance. We do irrigation repair, we install plants, we install turf, sod, curbing, granite, we plant trees, bushes, whole entire irrigation systems. But we like to focus on the maintenance side of it, and we like to think of our clients as long-term, so we don't just put a plant in and then don't see you again. We want to keep your business, so we try to make sure the plant of the tree is put in the right place, that I know that 10 years down the road, if I'm still servicing your property, it was the wise place to put it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I run into a lot with installers. That's all they do is installation, and they don't really think of the user ability of it down the road when you're in the property and the trees mature, or if a great example, sisu trees are a great tree, but their roots are just terrible. So if you have a pool, they're very bad for damaging pool. We've had examples of this at a couple of our clients' houses that, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. They're a great tree, they grow really fast, they provide great shade, and people love them here. But that's something that I would recommend because I want to keep your business, and I don't want you to have to tell me later, hey, we found roots in my plumbing from the tree you recommended. So,
well, one of the other things, last topic I want to discuss is we were talking about grading and how some of my clients had some issues with grading, and a lot of people don't understand. They make a landscape look like it's so nice and appealing, but they don't really go into depth and how is it going to affect the house, because they put these rolling mounds and stuff, and now the water's starting to come back towards the house, and that could be a big problem.
Yes, that's a big concern whenever we're taking on a property. We don't necessarily always find it right away. It's not always obvious. Sometimes you need a rain to really discover it.
Yeah.
But when you do see it, it's something that does need to be addressed. You definitely don't want your property higher than your house. Your grounds, your landscape higher than the grade of your house. If your back porch, if you see the grass or granite move up beyond the porch, you're going to have some issues when it does rain. Mm-hmm. So there are great ways to divert the water. There's great ways to handle, just even if you get water even from maybe your neighbor's house and it's flowing in the front yard, there's ways to divert it. And there's great material you can use, like larger stone that doesn't erode as badly. So if you have a high area of high water erosion, you want to put like a larger stone so that it allows the water to flow, kind of like a river, without damaging your landscape.
Perfect. All right, well, tell us a little bit, about your website. Tell us how our clients can reach out to you, and if they have any further questions regarding maintenance or lawn installation, because you don't do everything. You do specific niches. So tell us a little bit more about where they can reach out.
My website's azlawns.com. You can give us a call at 602-944-0421. There's always somebody there to answer the phone. We even have an answering service, so if somebody's on the line, it gets picked up, which is a big plus for us.
That's great. Well, Eli, thank you so much for all this valuable information from our listeners. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching another episode. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. My phone number, 480-577-6101, or you can go to my website, joeiuculano.com. Thanks again. Have a great day.